SharksTV for our round 10 preview for our game against Redlands. I'm here with senior coach Matt Angus. How are you, Matt?
Very well, thanks.
It's been a while since we've been together.
Yes, we've started another pre-season.
Absolutely, we've had plenty going on. None more so than our Hall of Fame night. Tell us a bit about that. Good night.
Oh yeah, look, the club, the annual ball, which incorporated the new Hall of Fame inductees. I think the club does look after the legacy of the club and the players that have gone before the current group really well. It was a great night, great acknowledgement for Kev, Kurt and Dougie, so yeah, it was a really good night.
Yeah, fantastic to see another 3 inductees into the Southport Hall of Fame, and you're right, no other club does it like Southport. There's a lot of history here, and now I suppose moving forward we'll start to engage those past players and get them around us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an important part.
Fantastic, and we've also done a bit of community work. Tell us a bit about where you've been.
So the players have been out to Pack Pines, where they joined in the juniors out there, a fledgling club that's got some fantastic numbers, and we had a half a dozen players go out on a couple of Wednesdays ago with a terrific response, which is great that they gave up some of their free time to do that, and great by the club to engage those community clubs. Also did a session with the under-18s, the Surface Paradise Southport Sharks combined under-18s that are going along pretty well as well, which was good, and showed them some of the technology that we've brought into the club in the briefing room. That was really good, and then also I guess Neil and myself, we went down to Byron Bay on one of the buys and presented a coaching course. There's 43 coaches there. Fantastic,
that's awesome.
Yeah, fantastic response for in that area, the Northern Rivers, which I guess where we want to grow the Southport club into, and see us as their pinnacle community state league club where they can aspire to.
Absolutely. So we've had a couple of buys, but it's not actually feed up in the hammock, is it? We've been pretty busy.
Squeezed a couple of days off last weekend.
Excellent.
With the girls, so they remembered what they looked like.
Fantastic. Well, we are here to review our game with Redlands. So let's take you through our selected side to take on Redlands this Saturday. From the back line, we've got Nick Burton, Luke Hill and Ben Headland. That back three, again, mate, look, we're going to keep harping on it, but almost, first 3 selected.
Yeah, definitely. Nick hasn't played a lot in the back line. He's been playing mostly wing, half forward, but we know he's played there in the past and is really accountable. We just think they've got a number of small forwards and midfielders that rotate through there that we need to have some real stability through our back six, who have been the backbone of the side so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And also Todd Grayson, Wade Mills and Jake Keller across the half-back line. We move to the centre line now, where we see Ben Wells on the wing, Callum Geary in the centre and Luke Shreve on the opposite wing. Last time we went Redlands, mate, take us through that centre line. They were probably, although we didn't get the chocolates, they were really good on the day, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Redland are a terrific running side. They've got a multitude of. They're not you wouldn't say that they've got 6 key position players that trouble everyone. It's their running power, the ability to rotate players, and the evenness of 9 or 10 players that can go through the midfield and the wings and provide them great service. So we're definitely mindful of that. Luke Shreve's been in exceptional form. Kel Geary as well, a state representative along with Jason Burge that goes through the middle, and Fraser Pope, Mark Collison. We think we've got the power to match in there as well.
Fantastic. Half forward line, Reggie Salter on the half forward flank there, Jake Goldsmith and Josh Baxter, and the full forward line, Sam Haslam, John McCanch and Ed Mallon. You mentioned there Cal being a state representative. Joshy Baxter also played state football. Are we worried about the boys backing up after a tough game against the Waffle, or you think they'll be right?
No, they'll be fine. They had a week off the week prior, so we knew with the 2-week break, we knew that our boys were going to be a pretty good chance of representing. We had 6 players, Toddy Grayson and Wade Mills and Burgee obviously as well. So no, they got plenty of plenty of rest the week before, and they've been looked after well this week as well, so they're ready to roll.
Fantastic. In the rucks, Mitch Brewer, Fraser Pope and Jason Burge. Fraser had an opportunity to go back and play for Surfers Paradise during one of our buys. He obviously seemed to enjoy that, almost dominated the game. I mean, that's great that we can send our players back to the quaffle and keep them fresh, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you don't really want anyone having this stage of the year 2 weeks off. So Fraser, obviously a strong family ties at Surfers Paradise. He'd been knocking the door down for a few weeks prior to that. He was going to miss the conditioning session the following week. We thought it was a great opportunity for him to get some match practice, and obviously with him being really keen to play. He performed really well, and Reggie Solder as well went back. And we used a number of players back through the QAFL over that 2 week break.
And from what I understand, it was a great day at Surfers Paradise with them obviously getting the win, and they had a 40-year reunion of their premiership. So congratulations to Surfers Paradise for a fantastic day. So, interchange, we've got Mark Collison, Stephen Thine, Dylan Troutman and Kieran Brennan. Plenty of run and a couple of big blokes to come off the bench, again, to offer a lot of support to our main 18.
Yeah, we're going in unchanged from the Brisbane game, so it's a credit to those players. It's the first time we've been unchanged all year, so I guess with the 2 week break that kind of it gives you an opportunity to think about where our structures are at and what we need to take into Redland. Obviously, Benny Merritt still misses out, which is unfortunate for Benny, but we just think that structure at the moment, the forward line just being a bit more mobile, that's going to be a key for us.
Absolutely. Matt, the 2 week break, did it come at the right time? Has it been good for our players to freshen up and come back into what's, I suppose, now a really vital next 2 rounds against Redlands and then Aspley?
Yeah, I will look at 2 weeks off is not. I don't think that is ideal for the league, and I'm not sure. But it happens in the waffle, happens in the Sandfell. I know it's happening in the VFL right now as well. So 2 weeks off is whether it becomes a normal thing. I think you'd like to try and avoid it where you can, particularly when you've got an even number of sides in the comp, whether it's necessary. But the draw, you don't want to be doing the draw at the start of the year. I think in terms of it's a very difficult process. I think the way Gary Fox and Jim Barrett have, we'd probably prepared for the 2 week bye, well and truly a few weeks before that in terms of seeing how the list was, and then we backed up two interstate games and then a strong game against Brisbane. I think having a week off to lick the wounds and refresh, and obviously with players have been around the club an enormous amount, so for them to have a bit of a break and freshen up, we certainly were very conscious of that as well. But they've hit the training track back with some zest this week, and looking forward to Saturday.
Fantastic. We didn't get the points against Redlands last time. What did we learn, and why do we get the points this time?
Look, I think a lot of our areas that we've been strong at, it's probably the one game where even the other game we lost against NT, we were still strong in the areas that we pride ourselves on, and just in the contested possessions, in contested ball situations, Redland were able to have spurts in the game where they dominated that area, and it's a strength of ours, and so we've done some work on our structures around stoppages and that, and making sure that we're defensively a bit better set up. And then I think, having said that, we still had more inside 50s and created more opportunities for ourselves to win the game last time. So our efficiency in bringing the ball into the forward line, and then actually executing the big sticks is something that we've certainly improved since we last played them, and I think that would be if we can meet our basics, our basic measurements on how we play and how we pride ourselves, then we think we'll win every game we play.
Fantastic. Thanks, Matt. There's our round 10 preview of our game against Redlands, an extended edition of SharksTV, having 2 weeks off, plenty going on, but I'm predicting another Sharks victory up at Cash Easy Park.